Most of the 8 players for their consideration have done things that will have to be excused if they are to be voted into the Hall of Fame.
Dale Murphy's exclusion from the Hall of Fame is one of baseball's most baffling mysteries. Despite a career marked by historic achievements and millions of fans, the reasons remain unclear. Was it his bold stance on social issues or the hit-by-pitches controversy? The truth is still unknown, leaving fans questioning why a legend like Valenzuela remains on the outside looking in. But before we proceed, don't forget to like and subscribe. Despite being one of the most celebrated players of his time, Dale Murphy remains absent from the Baseball Hall of Fame, a fact that continues to perplex fans and analysts alike. As a 2-time National League MVP and one of the premier 5-tool players of his generation, many believed his induction would be inevitable. Yet when Murphy first appeared on the Hall of Fame ballot in 1999, he began a long journey of disappointment, failing to secure the votes needed for induction. Despite staying on the ballot for the full 15 years allowed, Murphy never came close to the required 75% of votes, leaving him in an exclusive but bittersweet club of multiple MVP winners not enshrined in the Hall. What makes Murphy's exclusion so surprising is his impeccable reputation, both on and off the field. He was a clean-living athlete in a time when baseball was on the verge of being rocked by the steroids era. For many fans, Murphy represented the ideal player, talented, hardworking, and principled. His 9-year stretch in Atlanta during the 1980s was nothing short of phenomenal. A writer for the Charlotte Observer described it as every bit as good as anyone else during his era. Yet his numbers, while excellent, began to pale in comparison to the gaudy stats put up during the power-hitting surge of the steroid era, which followed shortly after his retirement. Baseball analysts have debated why Murphy was passed over. Some point to his career trajectory. He didn't hit his stride until a few years into his career, and his production declined sharply after age 31. Stuart Miller of the New York Times argued that players with shorter periods of dominance often struggle to gain Hall of Fame recognition, despite their peak brilliance. Statistician Bill James noted that Murphy's career win shares, a metric that measures a player's contributions to team victories, fell short of the typical Hall of Fame benchmark. Still, James ranked Murphy ahead of several players already enshrined, admitting, "It certainly wouldn't offend me to have him in the Hall of Fame. I just wouldn't advocate it." Murphy's reputation as a clean player who avoided performance-enhancing drugs has also become a focal point. With baseball's steroid scandal casting a shadow over many players' legacies, some argue that voters should appreciate Murphy's achievements in a clean era. In fact, Murphy himself once stated that Barry Bonds, a fellow MVP, without a doubt, used performance-enhancing drugs. Sports Illustrated's Joe Posnanski described Murphy as an emotional pick, a player who was larger than life, tirelessly generous with fans, active in charity, and a beacon of sportsmanship. For many, Murphy's legacy goes beyond his stats. He embodied everything great about the game. Moreover, Murphy has always been a man of principle, unafraid to speak out on issues that matter to him. He has been vocal about social issues like racism, using his platform as a celebrated athlete to call for change and equality. While many fans have applauded his courage and integrity, others have criticized him, claiming that athletes should focus on their sport and steer clear of political or social debates. This tension has led some to wonder if his outspoken nature might have influenced his exclusion from the Hall of Fame. Then there's the controversy surrounding intentional hit-by-pitches in baseball, which added another layer to the debate. Murphy openly criticized the practice, sharing his own experience of being intentionally targeted by his former team. His comments reignited a long-standing conversation about the ethics of this tactic, with some defending it as part of the game's strategy, while others condemned it as unsportsmanlike. Murphy's willingness to challenge these unwritten rules earned him both supporters and detractors, further polarizing opinions about him. However, Murphy supporters have even turned to creative measures to advocate for his induction. The Baseball Project, a musical group, penned a song titled "To the Veterans Committee," praising Murphy for meeting all the Hall of Fame's criteria: ability, integrity, sportsmanship, character, and contributions to the team. Still, none of this moved the needle significantly during his time on the Baseball Writers Association of America ballot. Murphy averaged just 13.6% of votes during his 15 years of eligibility, peaking at 23% in 2000 and dropping to 11.5% in 2009. By his final year on the ballot in 2013, he managed only 18.9%. Murphy has taken his Hall of Fame snubs in stride, acknowledging that the numbers just weren't there to make a compelling case for induction. "Since I'm not that close," he once said, I don't think about it that much, but his fans haven't given up hope. Since his removal from the BBWWA ballot, Murphy's candidacy has been reconsidered by the Modern Era Baseball Committee and the Contemporary Baseball Era Players Committee, though without success. For many, the debate over Murphy's Hall of Fame exclusion isn't just about numbers. It's about values, the changing standards of baseball, and what it means to leave a lasting legacy in America's pastime.
Guy that should be in the Hall of Fame,
thank you.
Dale
Thank
Murphy.
you.
Dale, welcome to New York, man. How does
Thank
it
you.
feel?
Oh, it's been great. The Mets have been great hosts.
Murphy's baseball journey is truly a tale of excellence. Born on March 12, 1956 in Portland, Oregon, to Charles and Betty Murphy, Dale grew up with a sister, Sue, in a supportive family. His love for baseball was evident early on as he played American Legion baseball and attended Woodrow Wilson High School. These formative years set the stage for a career that would make him one of the most respected players of his era, both on and off the field. Murphy's professional career began humbly in 1976 when he joined the Atlanta Braves for a brief 19-game stint as a catcher. The following season, his appearances were even fewer, with only 18 games. These early years were far from the dominance he would later display as Murphy struggled to find his place in the major leagues. In 1978, he shifted to first base and began to showcase flashes of his potential, hitting 23 home runs. However, his batting average of 226 hinted at a player still finding his stride. Everything changed for Murphy in 1980 when he transitioned to the outfield, a move that transformed his career. Starting in left field and eventually settling in center field, Murphy began to thrive. This shift unlocked a new level of performance, setting the stage for a decade of brilliance in the National League. By 1982, Murphy had become the heart of the Braves, playing all 162 games and earning his first All-Star appearance. His defense also underwent a remarkable transformation. Once leading all National League first basemen in errors, Murphy evolved into an elite fielder, winning his first of 5 consecutive Gold Glove awards that year. His stellar performance in 1982 earned him the National League MVP award, making him the first Braves player to achieve the honor since Hank Aaron in 1957. That same year, Murphy experienced his only postseason appearance when the Braves made it to the National League Championship Series. Although he played well, the Braves were swept by the eventual World Series champions, the St. Louis Cardinals. Despite the disappointment, Murphy remained undeterred and followed up his MVP season with another in 1983. Over this 4-year stretch, from 1982 to 1986, Murphy was the epitome of consistency and excellence. He earned Gold Glove awards, appeared in All-Star games, and was consistently in the top 10 for MVP voting. His achievements on the field made him one of the most dominant players of the 1980s. Murphy's accomplishments during this period were staggering. He led the National League in numerous categories, including games played, at-bats, runs, hits, extra base hits, RBIs, and total bases. His power at the plate was undeniable. His 308 home runs during the decade were second only to Mike Schmidt's 313. In 1983, Murphy joined the exclusive 30-30 club, hitting 30 home runs and stealing 30 bases, a rare feat that highlighted his versatility. His streak of 740 consecutive games played was at the time the 11th longest in baseball history. Offensively and defensively, Murphy was a cornerstone of the Braves and a beacon of excellence in the league. However, as the 1980s drew to a close, Murphy's performance began to decline. In 1988, despite being voted to his final All-Star game, his batting average plummeted from 295 in 1987 to 226. It was the beginning of a downward trend that saw his once prolific power at the plate wane. He would never again hit more than 25 home runs in a season, and his batting average remained below 250 for most of his remaining career. In 1990, after 15 seasons with the Braves, Murphy was traded to the Philadelphia Phillies. His time with the Phillies was largely unremarkable as injuries and age began to take their toll. A degenerative condition in his left knee limited him to just 18 games in 1992, during which he hit 2 home runs to bring his career total to 398, just shy of the coveted 400 home run milestone. Released by the Phillies in 1993, Murphy signed a minor league contract with the Colorado Rockies for their inaugural season. Used primarily as a pinch hitter, he struggled to make an impact and retired later that year at age 37. His career ended with 398 home runs, 266 RBIs, and a .265 lifetime batting average. At the time of his retirement, Murphy ranked 27th on the all-time home run list and 4th among active players. Murphy's legacy extends far beyond his stats. His 2 MVP awards in 1982 and 1983 placed him among an elite group of outfielders with back-to-back MVP honors. At the time, he was the youngest player to achieve the feat. His 7 All-Star appearances, 5 Gold Gloves, and 4 Silver Slugger awards further cemented his status as one of the era's greats. In 1994, the Atlanta Braves retired his jersey number 3, a gesture of deep respect for a player who meant so much to the team and its fans. Off the field, Murphy has been equally impactful. Known for his integrity and sportsmanship, he has used his platform to advocate for positive change. In 2005, he founded the I Want Cheat Foundation to promote ethical behavior in youth sports and discourage the use of performance-enhancing drugs. The foundation's message is visible every year at the Little League World Series, where players wear "I Won't Cheat" patches on their jerseys. Murphy has also written 3 books that reflect his values and experiences. His first book, The Scouting Report on Professional Athletics, offers insights into the challenges of balancing a professional sports career with family life and community responsibilities. His autobiography, Murph, delves into his struggles and triumphs, including his religious faith. His third book, The Scouting Report for Youth Athletics, addresses the growing problem of negative behavior in youth sports and includes contributions from athletes like Peyton Manning and Dwayne Wade. Even after retiring, Murphy has remained connected to baseball. He served as a first base coach for Team USA in the 2013 World Baseball Classic and was a part of the Atlanta Braves broadcasting crew during the 2012 season. In 2017, he opened a restaurant, Murph's, near Truist Park in Atlanta, creating a space where fans could celebrate the game he loves. Murphy also continues to support charities like Operation Smile and serves as a national advisor for Ascend, a humanitarian alliance. Today, Murphy lives in Alpine, Utah, where he continues to inspire future generations. His story is a testament to hard work, humility, and the enduring impact of doing things the right way, on and off the field. Murphy might not have a spot in the Baseball Hall of Fame, but he holds a permanent place in the hearts of fans everywhere. For many, his exclusion feels like a mistake, especially when you look at his incredible career. With 2 MVP awards, 7 All-Star appearances, 5 Gold Gloves, and over a decade of dominance in the 1980s, his impact on the game is undeniable. But Murphy's greatness was about more than just numbers. He played with honesty, respect, and class, standing out in a time when baseball was facing many challenges. Murphy was a true role model, showing what the game could be at its best, and earning admiration for his character both on and off the field. Fans have been loud in their belief that Murphy deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Through social media, petitions, and even songs, they've celebrated his career and called for his recognition. But even without the Hall of Fame, Murphy's legacy is secure. His true hall is found in the love and respect of those who watched him play and were inspired by his actions. Whether it's his powerful home runs, his stellar defense, or his efforts to teach honesty and fairness. Murphy's story is bigger than baseball. It's a reminder that true greatness isn't just about records. It's about the impact you leave on others. Well, that brings us to the end of today's video. Make sure to subscribe to Baseball Icons so that you never miss an update. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check this one out too.